So when I pack up to go backpacking, one of my first stops is the top drawer of my nightstand. Top drawer knives. These are the lightweight blades, the small EDC knives, my backpacking blades. Every knife I'm going to throw on the table right now comes from that drawer. And I've used most of them a lot. Kind of like this one. A top choice for backpacking, the Spyderco Junior VG10. Great blade, separately reviewed. I think most of these are. You can look up the reviews. You just type in Nothing Fancy on the YouTube search line and the blade. If I have a review, you'll see the video come up. I just love this knife. I have two of them, and it's a perfect backpacking blade. I've said it a lot before in other vids. Speaking of Spyderco, how about this one? You can never go wrong with a Spyderco Delica, right? All these are wearing zip ties just for faster pocket deployment. I'm pretty much doing that with all my Spideys. One of my all-time favorite brands, by the way, Spyderco. I just love Spydercos. They're so lightweight, they're thin. Yeah, I mean, they kind of repeat design-wise with a hole and sometimes the blade shapes, but I just love them. I always have. I've given lots of love, speaking of love, to Spyderco over the years. I might opt to go with a ZDP 189 version of the Delica 4. I haven't done a lot of wet use with the ZDP 189. I know VG10 is very rust resistant, just a consideration. Or we could go with this knife, and I've EDC'd this a lot, the Spyderco Dragonfly. Super cool in orange. I just love that in orange, and I think this one is wearing my edge on it. Oh, yes. God, I'm so weird. I'm serious. I'm not making this up. I went last night and I sharpened some knives, and they came off the sharpener, and they're so sharp. And actually, one of them is the knife we're reviewing here, the Tool Logic. And I just sat there so happy. I was like, God, that's cool. It's just such a freaking knife nerd. It's Cold Steel Voyager 1. Whip sound. Oh, discontinued. Sorry. This version, this is where my JB Well Clip mod, I've shown you a lot. But this is a great backpacking blade. This is the plain edge AUS 8A steel. Weighs nothing. No steel liners. This doesn't have liners. This one does, but they're really skeletonized in the Dragonfly. So is the Juniors. They did a great job. And then this is a serrated version of that one. Never been super fond of cold steel serrations, but I've talked to some of y'all and you really love it. TMP Knife Nation guys are like, yeah, dude, I dig them. The SOG Mini Aegis, so excellent. This is a great backpacking blade, and it has a benefit over a lot of these that I'll show you in that it carries super deep, and so you're less likely to lose it. I'm almost to the point now when I go out shooting in the desert or I'm backpacking, I actually jam the blade inside the pocket because I've been brush busting before, like I've said, and they'll pop out. And then the knife that started all of TMP, the SOG Flash 1. I polished this one though. I think I showed you this years ago. I just flitzed it. And I don't think this one has my edge. It doesn't. So and that's another great super lightweight utility knife. Dude, that one's dated 2008. Oh, that might be the exact knife I started TMP with right there, actually. Come to think of it. But all of these knives are great. I think for the money you pay for them, totally worth it. Totally. But we're going to talk about the Tool Logic now, and I think it goes right in the stack. It's a little bit different in that it has more features, and it's kind of a multi-purpose survival tool. Here it is. This is the Tool Logic, the one I'm going to show you right now. And it's a pretty cool knife. When I first got this knife, I was like, you know, I was looking at it. I actually was in a store, and that's where I bought this one. I was like, that looks kind of stupid. You know, it looks like a hokey little, whatever, you know, shop meat knife. And I said, well, what the heck? It was only 25 bucks, so I bought it. Intended to review it like 5 years ago. If I get around to it. You know how that goes. And I used it. I actually went camping with it, and it's so light. Where's my scale? Let me grab it real quick. Lightweight is so critical for all of these blades. I'm probably going to leave it if it weighs over 3 ounces. Not always. There's some that provide a lot of utility, and I'll take a little bit more weight. Look at that level scale. So 2.7 ounces for the Tool Logic. and you can make it weigh a lot lighter when we take out a certain feature. But let's look at the knife by itself, and it's actually a pretty functional design. Kind of a sheep's foot design, 50% serrated, kind of the same cold steel serrations. I'm not super excited about that. AUS 8, I believe. Brushed finish, and a pretty good belly here. So it's a good all-around shape, I think. Lots of blades we've looked at here in the knife show in TMP have the same style of blade. I love that it has kind of a deployment hole, kind of like these knives, because I can zip tie it, and this works. Put it in just like this. I'm right-handed, and the knife is configured for right-handers because you can't swap the clip, sorry. It deploys pretty quick. This is one of the knives I sharpened last night. And let's see a unpracticed cutting test here. Uh-oh. There it is. I was cutting with the serrations. Oh, yeah. See, the serrations are here, so I'm grabbing, ripping. Let me go to my plain edge portion right here. Oh, like a laser, dude. Like a laser. It took a really nice edge. Really nice edge, and I'm super happy with it. Will it wear forever? No, it's going to be about like VG10, so they're going to wear pretty quick. You'll have to touch them up, and that's probably all you have to do unless you do some really heavy-duty cutting with it, like cardboard or something. The Lockup is a liner lock. It's kind of delicate looking, but I didn't have any failures with it. You can see the timing there, and this is after, what did I engrave this one? This is after 5 years of use, but that's off and on. I don't use it all the time. In fact, I use this knife infrequently. It's pretty much a backpacking blade. I've been carrying it around for the last couple days, though, and I was like, this is a pretty cool knife. I mean, it's so light. It's not that thick. That's kind of surprising. It's a really surprising knife. So let's see. No movement left and right. That's good. And then we're going to get to the special features of the tool logic. One is a whistle. This is a whistle right here. Let's see how it sounds. Allie might come around, and if she hears it. And I'm not even blowing that hard. So, I mean, if I blew it cranked on it, then it'd be even better. So that's kind of cool. And then this version has a firesteel in it. You guys know how I feel about fire steels in my knives. I generally, if I need fire capability, I'll carry a fire kit. But I mean, if you threw this knife in with a bar of trioxane, you're pretty much set. You can start a fire, at least a small fire, assuming you can have some kindling, maybe use this very small blade to split that kindling to get to the dry portion. I don't know. But it's not going to have a lot of heavy-duty capabilities with this. And take a small fixed blade. I mean, there's a bazillion of them. You know, just take a Mora with you if you needed that. But it works, and here's the notch for the fire steel. I think I used a spine. It seems like it produces a better spark, and it seems like it's edge. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty good. I mean, it can get it on. You can definitely start a trioxane bar with it. A ball of super dry and prepared tinder. I don't want to like toast my new cloth I put on here, so I'm going to be done. That's it. But that's cool. I mean, when I was telling you, if you want it to be lighter, I mean, just take the fire steel out. Now it's going to be like 1.8 ounces. Maybe 2. It's super lightweight, though. And the fire steel has O-rings on it, so it seals. They have another version that has a very, what I think is a dim flashlight. I had that version. I probably still have it and all the stuff, and I don't know where it is. I'm not looking for it. But it's cool. Can you adjust the pivot point? Yeah, a little bit right there. Yeah, I think, I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I've dinked around with this knife. I was looking at this screw. That might have something to do with the retention of the fire steel, but I could be wrong. Centering. It's a little bit off. See? But it's been used too. The clip, I wish it was deep carry because this portion here will extend from the pocket. You can see I put a Kelty Trip Tees reflective strand of lanyard on there. I love this. Quick way to grab it out of the pocket. If you drop it on the ground, I can just show the light around and I can see it laying there. Be cool if it came in orange, and it might. I don't really go to the Tool Logic website. Ergonomics, I think, are pretty good. I mean, you can see how rounded it is. See, I don't see any hot spots. It's really comfortable in hand. There's no jimping. Whatevs. You know, it's still cool. I like it. I'm going to give it a pretty high likability scale. The link will be in the bottom if you're interested in the Tool Logic. Christmas coming up. This would be a great stocking stuffer for your TMP friend. For your wife. Yeah, I think we should give our wives more blades. Although I think there's probably some better wife EDC blades in this, because she'll look at the fire steel and go, what do I need that for? She won't. I think the Dragonfly, if I was to like rank order all the gift knives for your wife, I'd go Dragonfly. I think the Junior's been discontinued. Delica 4 and Dragonfly are like neck and neck. The Flash 1 and SOG Aegis, these have been discontinued. Speaking of discontinued, I did not see this last time I went to the Swiss Army web store, and that is the Victorinox Solo. I think that's the name of this. Sometimes I get the names confused. I'm sorry. If it's wrong, I'll let you know in annotation. But I had to go to eBay to find this, and this is a beautiful backpacking blade. And I'll end the video with this. It's just ideal. Yeah, it's soft steel, but it's super stainless. I need to engrave this one still. I was going to say steel. Look how thin that is. Non-locking, but who cares? This is a great food knife. It's a great all-around knife. Really nice for backpacking because you can actually skin trout with this, do food preparation, do some kindling preparation with it. Some of these other blades might have, like the Dragonfly, be so short, it's good for cutting cords and stuff, but food preparation not so much. But it's actually not about these knives, it's about the tool logic, and I like it, dude. I really do.